It's your host with the most, Yakini, here with episode 2 of the Istimulateminds podcast. Today, we're going to be getting into numerology. Today, we're going to get into some hot topics that's been going around. And we're going to finish up with a little bit of astrology. And then, we're going to make it do what it do, baby, like Ray Charles and Jamie Foxx. So today, I want to start off with a little bit of numerology. And we're going to get in that today. In the last episode, we explained to you what numerology was and gematria. And that is coding letters or symbols into numbers to create a cipher code. And today I just want to type in some words that equal 74 because in the last episode we did rapper equals 74, Jesus 74, killing 74, the cross what Jesus died on 74, Messiah because Jesus was the Messiah 74, Jesus what? Preached the gospel 74. Jesus also spoke in parables 74. There's no such thing as coincidence on this earth. Okay? Now, we just gonna go back, you know what I'm saying? Donald Trump, you can Google it, started his campaign on 9/13. Okay, 9/13 was the day that Tupac got assassinated. Gonna put in Tupac 61, 74. You know what I mean? Tupac Machiavelli, he was on the cross 74, looking like Jesus 74. Okay? Now, y'all can say I'm making this up and this is just coincidence, but it ain't no coincidence to none of this, you know what I mean? Like if you go back to one of my older videos on Facebook, I'm gonna try to find it, how Kobe equaled up to 26 and Kobe to 26, and they had the whole Cam Newton and the New England Patriots story, you know what I mean? So, you know, 74, what is 74? 7/4 is what? Independence Day. America. Okay? And it's also in Europe, they write it in reverse. So in Europe, 7/4 will be 4/7. And 47 is important to the Masons because of the 47 degrees. Okay? So we just gonna leave it at there. We ain't gonna get too deep off into it today, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to expand from the 74 from the last episode, and we're gonna keep going with this in every episode until y'all start getting familiar with this cipher. And that's breaking down words, letters, have number values. You can add them up to get a specific number. And it's funny how certain words and certain things that go together all line up by the numbers, okay? So the first hot topic we're going to get into today is the Boston Celtics coach, okay? Ime Udoka, who is the partner of Nia Long. They have kids together. Now, when I first came across this topic, it was on Facebook, and I just seen all these posts like, oh, how could this man fumble Nia Long and all this and all that, and he fucked up and all this and all that. So I didn't know nothing about the story at the time. I just chimed in with my little post because I was like, dang, why y'all just blame this dude like that? Like, how we know something ain't wrong with Nia Long, okay? I started asking questions like, maybe it's something wrong with Nia Long. As you see here, Nia Long, she 51 right now. She's I have nothing bad to say about her. She's a beautiful woman. But we, as the public, we don't know her. And that's the position I was taking at the time. We don't know her. We don't know what she got going on in the background. We just know her from the movies or the TV shows or whatever she do and whatever she love. Instantly, we didn't notice her partner, because if you didn't watch basketball, if you're not a basketball fan, you didn't know nothing about him coaching Boston or what he did for Boston. Boston wasn't even relevant in the playoffs last year until the end of the season when they put him in charge and he took over and gave them a whole different wave, a whole different mentality, which led them to go up in the finals, and he was 2 games away from winning it all. And this is unheard of where we in the league where majority of the players in the NBA is black, but majority of the owners is white. The people in the front office is white. Majority of the coaches is white. So we was happy for this black man to be coaching a successful team in a short amount of time and take these boys to the NBA Finals. So my position on Facebook was like, why they just bashing this man like this? Just before the story had broke out in here, they was like, oh, he just fumbled Nia Long and all that. So my position on Facebook was, what's wrong with Nia Long? And trust me, that didn't sit well with the female consensus out there. But my position was, something was wrong with Nia Long. How can you be dating a man since 2010, as you see there, and you still not married? What person you know that's gonna wait 12 years to get married to somebody? Okay? Does that make any sense? If you as a woman right now, listen to this, would you wait 10 plus years to marry somebody? Something going on. It's trouble brewing in the water already. So that's all my position was on Facebook, is that something might have been wrong with her. And then they hit us with the story. Then they come out and say this man is suspended for a year because he had consensual sex with somebody and he violated team rules, right? And they suspended him for a year. So then you get all these clips come out like, oh, everybody speculating who the woman was. I was even speculating who the woman was. And I got to apologize to the woman that I posted on my social media who I thought it was, because Boston did a bad job of how they handled it. And that's clear as day. You knowing people gonna want to know who the person was, so everybody was just speculating. So they was talking about they want to protect women, but you just left your whole staff out there for the pickings of the world, and I don't see that you protecting them because everybody assuming they the one that the man slept with. Okay, so story come out. He doing his thing. He suspended. They get on ESPN. The woman Malika Andrews, which we'll get in her in a second, gonna sit up there and try to G-check Stephen A. Smith on his show, telling them they now gonna further blame women. Well, they blame this man. Last time I checked, it takes two to tango. Last time I checked, the feminist movement want equal rights. They want everything to be fair. They want everything to be split down 50-50. So 50% of the punishment go to him, and 50% of the punishment go to her. That's all Stephen A. Smith was saying. He didn't say the dude was right. I'm not saying the dude was right. I'm just trying to look at all the perspectives in this situation. So Kendrick Perkins get on her show trying to tell him, which this man won an NBA championship with Boston. So I'm pretty sure they let him come in from time to time. He's still cool with the personnel, the people that's in the, because he won a championship for them. So I'm pretty sure he know what he talk about. So he's on the show. She totally dismisses him and pushes a narrative like he don't know what the hell he talk about to kick him off the show. Okay? Then she gets on ESPN and tells the assistant coach business, which didn't have nothing to do with his job or whatever. He got hired to replace Ime Udoka, and she gonna bring out some minor little charges he had when he was younger in college. Like, what is the point of that unless you just want to bash black people? That's all I'm seeing right now. Is that she just bashing black men because they get a position of power, and I don't see no parts of why you need to be bringing up any of that when any other race, and I'm not a person that's screaming racism all the time. I'll just call it like it is, okay? Because in some positions, they say racism. I don't see none of that, but we gonna say that for another podcast. But Malika Andrews, Yakini and istimulateminds, we see what you doing over there, and we don't like it. But back to Ime Udoka. Now the story is, he wasn't coach for the whole year, so he just took it over. You know what I'm saying? He just took over the team. He feeling himself. They went to the NBA Finals. There's 30 teams in the NBA. Only 2 get to make it to the finals, so he getting all this clout. You know what I'm saying? This man, feeling himself now. He getting all this praise and attention. Whoop. The stuff done went to his head. You know what I'm saying? Some people got egos. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to check it. But I don't know the man personally. I'm just assuming this was going on. He could do what he want to in the organization now. You know what I'm saying? They giving him what he need and what he want because he doing what he need to do. So at the same time, this man is married to, well, they say he was married, but he's not married to Nia Long. They engaged. They've been together since 2010, and they still not married. That's a lot of question marks right there for me already. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going on. I don't know their business. I ain't trying to know their business, but that's question mark right there. All y'all need to pause, especially you women out there, and ask yourself, would you be with somebody since 2010 and he put that ring on your finger when every year he put that ring on your finger and you done had this man kids and you still ain't married? You ain't pressing him? When the wedding date? When are we gonna coordinate this? When I'm gonna have the seating arrangements done? When we picking out the flowers? What our colors gonna be? Huh? Somebody. Somebody get at me. So everybody speculating in the media, like, who is this woman? Who is this woman? Comes to find out, because I asked myself, I had to sit down and ask myself. I was like, okay, this black man messed up. All right, they can't just fire him. You know what I'm saying? Because if they just come out and fire him over some consensual, because they said consensual sex. It wasn't like he was in there strong arming. It wasn't like he was in there using the R word. I had to catch myself. I'm getting better. Give me some time. I'm gonna be on here today. I'm gonna be able to dimensionalize me. I'm gonna get caught up to the game. He wasn't R-ing up in there. He wasn't R. Kelly. Okay? It was consensual. So they couldn't just fire that man on some consensual sex, so they gonna suspend him, right, for a year. And they gonna wait till people like me and you, shh, be quiet, be quiet. And then they gonna find some technicality and get them up on out of there. But I have to think, okay, this is the media we talking about here. They ain't got no problem assassinating black people character. They ain't got no problem watch you out in the media. So I know if he was up in there getting down with a black woman, she be on front page media too. She be on front page media too. That's why I apologize to the sisters that I posted up at first when I was following the pack and not doing my due diligence and research and all that. But the reason why they're going to let these women in their organization get blamed for what's going on, because they don't want to tell you who he really was sleeping with. Because it make them look even worse than what they looking like right now. Okay, we back, y'all. Taylor Lynch, Celtics, Kathleen Nemo Lynch, husband is a consultant associate. And you see when this report was put out. Taylor Lynch is the husband of Kathleen Nemo Lynch, the female staff of Boston Celtics. If you haven't heard about the Boston Celtics scandal, you're probably living under a rock. Now here's some facts. They say Taylor Lynn, early 30s, his spouse is Caitlin Nemo Lynn, 3 children, consultant associate at Mercer. Says her husband Taylor Lynch is a consultant associate at Mercer Consulting. Mercer Consulting is a New York-based asset management company where Taylor has worked for the past 5 years. There goes his face right there. Look all aspiring. Look like he about his business. Never in a million years would Taylor expected his wife to cheat on him. And to have it become worldwide news is certainly devastating. September 22nd, okay, this is Taylor Lynch right here. You know what I mean? The husband. Now, from sources is that this woman is his wife. And if you want to see the clips, you want to watch the video, go check this video out right here on YouTube. Explains everything. Now, they say that by my man right here, Udoku, Nia Long, husband, fiance, been together 12 years, still ain't got married. Was messing around with this redhead white woman right here, and she's married. So that makes perfect sense why they don't want to put out the name of the person who did it. Okay? He's single. You can spend it however you want to spend it, but they haven't got no paperwork. They ain't said I do. In the world, in the real world, he technically single. Even though he been with Nia Long for all them years. And they got kids and he put a ring on it and that's fine and dandy. But they ain't walk down that aisle and say I do. So he's single. On his tax papers, he writes single. She's married. Her husband has a prominent job. She's from a prominent family. They're connected. That's why you get, y'all wonder why I was bringing up Malika Andrews. Malika Andrews in her interviews, if you go back and check, she always said they had an independent law firm came in and did an investigation, okay? The Boston Celtics didn't do that. Now, she worked for the Boston Celtics. Her husband is connected. Now, they had their little cheating thing going on. The husband was suspecting of his wife creeping. So he went to outside sources to get help to prove that she was cheating on him. And when they did their investigation, they found out that she was cheating with the coach. So they had to address the situation. Because if that was Larry Bird coaching, I bet it wouldn't have went down like that. But that's Negro here and over there. They had to not put it out. They had to leave you to speculate. And this is why. Because they not going to put that woman business in the street. Now, if he would have been more de-disciplined, we're going to say de-disciplined, you know what I'm saying? He lost everything because he wasn't de-disciplined, okay? Sometimes you got to tell them, no, you about to mess up everything. And Boston is historically known for being racist. Their sports team is historically known for being racist. And you get put in this position, sir, to represent. And this is what you do. Because he didn't have the discipline. Okay? And you can't be mad at her. You know what I'm saying? She at home with, what's his name? Taylor Lynch. Let me pull him back up. Taylor. Okay. Or the images. Let's pull up young Taylor. Okay. Got young Taylor, Mr. Lynch over here, and then you got Doku. And I heard he was Nigerian. And I don't like to go with the stereotypes. They say Nigerian scammer, but he was scamming at he was finding Nemo. He was looking for Nemo, and he found her. She was swimming and squirting and floating and squirting and floating. And they wouldn't leave it alone. And he sent his little investigative team, found out. that they was messing around and didn't nobody know about it. And they say she was a travel planner, so she was always, coach, what you need. She knew the coach well. Okay? So we're gonna leave it right there. Y'all can speculate and speculate, but I'm telling you, the reason they covering up is because it was a white woman and she was married and they prominent and they can't have that embarrassment out in the public like that. But they waiting for it to die down, and then when it die down and everybody crickets and everybody shh, be quiet about it, he ain't gonna be coaching no more in the NBA. He is done. He lost his opportunity because he didn't have the discipline. And if you guys out there in these positions where you got opportunities like this, and you know it's a magnifying scope under you, and it's a war on masculinity right now, have some discipline, okay? We're going to move on. We're going to move on while we in the world of sports. While we in the world of sports. I'm just going to type in their names into this calculator because I just want to, you know what I mean? Let's put it in the calculator, y'all. Nia Long, 32. 72, 36, 11, 7, 36. She got 236. She got 236. Let's type in this nigga. We just learning. 7934. Oh, you got that. He got that 7. Oh, he got that 47. You know what I'm saying? He got that 47. We just talked about this shit. What they did, they killing this nigga in the media. Killing this nigga in the media, man. Let's type in media. Let's just see. It's the media, man. So, yo, that shit reflecting right there. That shit reflecting right there, man. Look at them reflections. But, okay, let's keep it with Brett Favre, bro. If you ain't been in the know, Brett Favre been under criticism. The Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre is in hot water for his connections in Mississippi welfare scandal involving the misappropriation of roughly $77 million. Favre, who has not been criminally charged, has denied knowing that the money he received for different projects was welfare money, but the court findings and text messages and tax records have shed new light on the situation. In the latest development, tax records obtained by ESPN and The Athletic on September 28th shows that Favre's charity, Favres for Hope, funneled more than $130,000 to the University of Southern Mississippi Athletic Foundation from 2018 to 2020. The charity was originally created to help charities that provide support to underserved and disabled children and breast cancer patients. Number one, we're going to stop right there. Number one, when these rich folks start up charities and they already got money, you should already know that's a fucking setup to steal money. That's a setup because we could go down the line of any charity through history, through the beginning of the time, through the phone calls for Haiti. What happened to the Haiti money? Because them Haiti niggas sure didn't get it. What happened to the Hurricane Katrina money? Niggas sure didn't get it. They still locking up Republicans right now Because they had that build a wall charity fund, and they didn't build no wall with it. Y'all should know when they talk about these, don't donate to these motherfucking charities. So they saying Brett Favre misappropriated $77 million worth of money, and he funneled 130,000 of it to fund some athletic foundation because his daughter was playing volleyball. Which I feel that, you know what I'm saying, you trying to get the money for the daughter, but still, nigga, that's some fucked up shit. And then they saying it's welfare money. Michael Vick went to jail for 2 years because his cousins and them was fighting dogs. That nigga wasn't even at home. That wasn't even his house. It was one of the house that he owned. That nigga went to jail for 2 years. This nigga stealing money from the government. This nigga still walking the foot. And y'all can't tell me ain't no difference out here. He got the complexion for the protection of the collection. Okay? The complexion for the protection of the collection. His complexion let him start charities where he can fucking, like the New York Attorney General going after Trump because they was funding money through their real estate stuff. And he football player, and he was like, hey, governor, you know, that welfare money that must go to the people that really need it. Let's make a story saying they just lying trying to use welfare, and we gonna send that money to my companies, and then we gonna funnel it out, and I'm gonna cut you a check, and we gonna build this school up so my daughter can have a new volleyball gym. That nigga need to be in jail. I'm saying right now, y'all need to hurry up and lock him up. My black ass go right down. I can't even get food stamps. I can't even get no welfare. But let me be rich and shit. Let me be a rapper or something. And let me funnel some money from the welfare system. They gonna have my trial on Fox 5 or ABC, NBC. Just like they going back to my man over here, Adoku. We just went through the numbers. He reflecting that 47, which is the mirror of 74, and we just said 74 killing. They killing that nigga in the media, but we just showed you who he really cheating with. Don't be listening to the other people out here. He cheated with that white woman. That woman was connected. She come from a connected family. Her husband, was she not married? She is. So that's why they couldn't say he strong-armed it or used the R. Kelly. You know what I mean? She got that because she was cheating on her husband, and they can't make her look like that. And they can't make the team look like that. They can't make the front office look like that. They can't make Boston look like that. You know what I mean? Because Boston is all white and all right. You know what I mean? But we going to keep it pushing. But Brett Favre need to be locked up right now. They know they got the evidence. They got the text message. They got the court records, you know what I'm saying? The governor already, the former governor already snitched on them. You know, they got the tax documents, all that. Why he still walking free? Because he Brett Favre. He a Hall of Fame complexion for the protection of collection quarterback. Mike Vick, he would have been in the Hall of Fame, but they had to put dog fine on him, and he wasn't even find dogs. He wasn't even find dogs. He wasn't even find dogs. But now let's go to the last segment. We're gonna do the astrology for today. Right now we're looking at a thing called ephemeris, and it tells you the exact positions of the planets every day of the year. And right now, we in the sign of Libra. The sun is in Libra. The moon is in Libra. So let's talk about the sun and the moon, and we're going to get up out of here today. In astrology, the sun is the giver of life, the representation of our conscious minds. It represents our will to live and our creative life force. So anywhere that your sun is in your chart, and everybody in this world should know their sun sign, that means if it's in Cancer, you got Cancer and characteristics to live, and that's your creative force. Now, the moon in astrology, you know what I mean? Which the moon rules Cancer. The moon represents our inner world, our emotions, and what we need in order to feel safe. So the sun is your life force, you know what I'm saying? The outside, the external. The moon is the internal, the inside, feelings, emotions, foundations, and security. Now, when you go to majority of gas stations, most gas stations have the 72 petals of the sun on their logo. So when you driving around, I want you to pay attention to these gas stations and come back and tell me which gas stations have the sun logo at the pump. And I also want you to give me that one gas station that has the Rosa Crushing cross in it. Now the moon, we in a new moon of Libra, so this is new opportunities to make business partnership, look over your business life, you know what I'm saying, all your partnerships, from domestic to love to all that. And we'll be back for the outro. Hot yellow ass Lily, y'all still up in here?